Howdy, I'm going to give you a look at the Insty Connect angel wing antenna. I've got it mounted on a piece of PVC pipe. This one is 3 foot long. When I'm in a good signal area, that's plenty. But I've also got a 4-foot extension I can put on that to get it 7 feet up above the van roof. And how I've got the holder set up here, and I've got it both on the front leg of the roof rack and also that center leg of the roof rack. I use that one in the center for my directional cellular antenna, but they're both the same. I've got 2 stainless steel broom holders. There's one, there's the other. They are attached to the ladder rack leg with double-sided tape, but then on the upper one I've also got 2 hose clamps holding it tight. So once the pole is in the broom holders, I use a hose clamp to hold it tight, and I don't need a second one with this short 3-foot section, but when I put the longer extension on, I also put a second hose clamp up at the very top of the leg, so it holds it real firm. Okay, I just wanted to show you some more about this angel wing antenna and the modem that's stored inside of it. And that's one of the big features of this antenna, of this system. Normally, you have an antenna that's taking the signal in, and then you usually have to have really thick, low-loss cable that takes the signal from the antenna down to the modem, which is usually inside, the vehicle. You need that low loss cable so that you don't lose the signal from going from the antenna down to the modem, which is usually where you lose a lot of it. This is a whole different story because, let me zoom in just a bit here. The modem is actually contained in this cavity of the antenna. So let me show you how this works. This is little legs that keep the modem up in, and this is the modem. It's a 4G Cat 12 modem, and the antenna leads are there's 2 of them, so it's the MIMO, the multi-in, multi-out configuration, and this modem will take 2 SIM cards. I have a visible and an AT&T SIM card in there, and they just go right in there. There's my visible. Here's my AT&T. Okay, so now this modem will not allow you to bond the 2 services together, but you can switch back and forth between them and use one or the other. And this is an omnidirectional antenna, but it will actually, you can kind of aim it a little bit. Now I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay, so the modem, there's no loss at all because the antenna leads are going straight into the modem. And then the signal from the modem is transferred down to the router via this USB cable. Okay, so the modem slides right up in here, and it's protected from weather because it's up in the cavity. And then these legs have cutouts for the USB cable and the antenna leads, and there's there's cutouts on the side here where the legs go up in and snap in place, and that holds the modem up in, keeps the antenna leads and the USB cable in the correct spot. Okay, so that's that. Now, what you saw earlier, I just had the 3-foot the 3-foot section of PVC pipe that I use as a pole for the angel wing antenna. When I'm in a good signal area, that's all I need just to get it up. I also have a 4-foot additional extension that I can use, and that's what I have on here right now. And you can see I've got the 3 and the 4 together, so I can go up 7 feet above the roof of the van if I need to get the height. And that works real well. And let me show you one of the things that I've done. Just drilled a hole and used a wing screw to use a little extra security so that the two wouldn't come together, although the PVC fits pretty tight in there. And then how I've secured the angel wing antenna onto the PVC pipe, I've used 2 stainless steel hose clamps with wing turns and put them around there. There's areas that you can use either zip ties or hose clamps to secure it. But as an additional precaution, I put a screw just below the, and actually overlapping a little bit, the lower hose clamp, and above and overlapping the top hose clamp. So even if somehow these would loosen up, they're not going to be able to go anywhere. They'll be held tight by the screws. So little extra security, and don't have to worry about it. I want to show you the one other mount that comes with it. Hang on. Okay, this is an optional mount that you can buy from Insty Connect. It's 3D printed, and it's pretty darn well made. It's really strong. It's got holes that you can mount it in the roof. It's got tabs with screws that are used as placement for the angel wing antenna. But then what you would do to actually secure it is use either hose clamps or wire ties around here to firmly secure it to the mount. This mount I used, originally I used it, I had the angel wing on there, and I just slid it right in between the 2x4 and the solar panel. There's a little bit of in the center here, there's a little bit of gap, so I was using that originally, and it worked well until I got my PVC pipe. I wanted to use a PVC pipe because it's more secure and it has the ability to get it up a lot higher. So, but this, I'm going to hang on to this just in case, but that is an optional thing that you can get for the Insty Connect angel wing antenna. Okay, so there we have it. We've got 7-foot long pole with the angel wing antenna at the top, and that will hold it up 7 feet above the roof of the van and gives it good height. Now this is an omnidirectional antenna. You don't have to specifically aim it at the tower, but like the other day I was talking about the towers where they are at, and let me get on out there. Fine, a little hazy out that way today. Okay, that antenna right there, which is due west of us, turns out that's Verizon. And then the AT&T tower is due south of us. There it is there. So I found, you see a white light flashing on it? I think it was flashing. I don't know. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so I found that when I aim the antenna broadside to the south, when I'm using AT&T, I get 100% signal and it comes in real strong. Okay, this is the Insty Connect router, and it's a 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz router. So it can support both of those Wi-Fi bands. The 2.4 gigahertz is a longer range. It will go out further, but it's not as fast as 5G. 5G is doesn't go as far, but it's a lot faster. So mainly around the van, there, you know, unless I'd be sitting outside a distance away from the van, the best one for me to use is a 5G. There's 4 antennas here. They're movable. You can move them around. 2 of them are 2.4 gigahertz and 2 of them are 5G. 5 gigahertz rather. 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz. And the router, let's see if we can show you down here. Let's use a little bit of light. Okay. So just like any router, but I've got it mounted on the wall here, but it's got, this is the connection. This is a USB cable coming in from the antenna. And then there's 4 Ethernet connections, and I'm using the one that's going over to my TV. So I've got the TV directly wired to the router, so it's a lot faster that way. And this is just the power over here coming in. And the router comes with a 110 adapter, or it also has wiring for 12 volt. So you can wire it directly into 12 volt and use less power. So this is it. This is the Insty Connect router, and it's been working good. And I will try to show you here. I guess what I need to do is show you on my laptop so that I can film it on my, I usually use my cell phone to connect to the router, but you can do it on the laptop too. So let me pause it and we'll do that. Okay, so normally I do this on my phone, but you can do it on computer too, on a laptop or whatever. You just have to, you connect to the network, either the 2.4 or the 5 gigahertz, and then you do my.insty, and you come up with this screen, and it will show you your connections. See, I've got I'm logged on to AT&T right now. I've got 100%, plus it gives you all this data about it, and you know, it shows you the 2 down here, the 2 antenna leads of the MIMO antenna, showing you the signal strength on those. So then you can also go show you the other SIM card, and there's my visible, and I've got 100% signal strength on that one too. So You can switch back and forth. All you need to do is click on this this on-off button there, on button rather, and then it will go through the process of switching SIM cards. It needs to reboot the router when you do that, and you've got all your other connection information here. And normally, let me see something here. Let's refresh this. We'll reload that information. And you know, normally it has a speed test thing down here, but it's not showing up on the laptop for some reason. I don't know why. So what I'll do is I will I'll do the speed test on AT&T, and then I'll switch over to Visible and we'll try that one. Okay? And I'll just do screenshots of it. Okay. Okay, so I'm in the process here of switching over to my Visible service, and it's starting the connection there. It just rebooted, and now it's starting the connection. It takes a couple minutes when you switch over because it does a bunch of processes. It's looking at different towers, seeing where the best signal is, you know, and decide what it's doing now. It's attempting to connect. The snoring you hear is Mr. Berkeley. Berkeley and Elton came in with me, and they're taking a little nap now. Okay, now it's still attempting to connect. It says, welcome to Insty Connect. We are waiting on the connection with the router. If you just boot it up, give it a little bit of time, and we should be rolling soon. Yeah. And this does take a couple minutes when you do switch, but okay, so what happened, I lost my connection and on the laptop, and I just needed to reconnect to the network so that I could get back on. And you can see now Visible is my main service that I'm connected to, and AT&T's down here. And again, if I'd want to connect to it, I just hit this on button here, and that would start the process. And you have to log into your network sometimes and put in your password, you know, for your router. But yeah, then you can switch over. So both of them are at 100% right now. And I'm going to go ahead and do a speed test on Visible, and I'll do a screenshot of that. Okay, so there you have it. The thing with Visible, they cap the download speed at 5 megabits per second. So that's the reason, you know, we're not getting a better speed there. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm pretty pleased with this. It's working well. Didn't tell you the cost. For the whole system, the router and the antenna and the cable, it is $499 and $25 shipping, so a little over $500. But when you compare this with the router and the modem and the antenna package to similar systems that have similar equipment, this is not a bad price. It's right in the ballpark with them. Especially that modem, the Cat 12 modem, for the 4G, is a better modem than you normally find in a lot of the systems. So, okay, hope you enjoyed this. I know it was kind of long and techy, but there you go. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye.